right. Good Saturday morning, everyone. This is the first episode ever in Riding Cars with Coach Kolon. I'm your host, John Locy, here driving along. I'm not sure if I'm breaking any laws, but you know what? We just got to do it. We're on our way to Ann Arbor for a big game today for the University of Detroit Mercy Titans and the Michigan Wolverines. Coach Kolon, thanks for joining me in my car.
Yeah, we're here. We're driving the speed limit, so that's good.
Right. So, you know, we haven't had a show in a long time, and we figured, hey, let's just do something a little bit different. This is kind of fun. So let's talk about today's game real quick. What do you expect from the Wolverines and from your team?
Yeah, they're really good. They're talented. They're experienced. You know, they've got some pretty good offensive threats. Defense, where it's going to be interesting. They do a lot of well-coached things. So it's going to be interesting to feel out what they do early on, and we're going to probably show them a couple things, and they're going to make some adjustments, and hopefully we can make some counter adjustments and see what happens. So it's going to be cold. Yeah. So that's going to be an interesting dynamic, especially on ground balls and stuff. And as a host, I'm sure Michigan's going to do the best they can to make it as hospitable as possible, but the weather should be a little bit of an issue, and hopefully the tougher team that's a little bit more adapted to the cold can have an advantage.
Adversity always builds character, Coach.
Oh, sure.
So this should be a great game today. Let's go back quickly to the Ohio State game last week. You guys went down to Columbus to open the season indoors. A good quality opponent, and you guys had them. You took the lead in the first half, and things were going, and then a couple turnovers here and there, and I think things went south pretty quick. So talk a little about that game. This is the youngest team we've ever had. So a bunch of guys that hadn't played in the game. Most of the guys hadn't played in the Division I game. A bunch of guys that have only played in 5, and then just less than a handful of guys that have played really a full season. So a really nervous group, a really deer in the headlights type of experience with just the class act that is Ohio State. They take such good care of you, and when you're down there, and they have such a great facility and just classy all the way around, and while we're kind of a blue collar by the shoestrings type experience, those guys were kind of overwhelmed by the whole situation. So we came out there, we really punched them in the face. I'm really proud of the effort and really the execution early on. They did a nice job. In the third quarter, we kind of lost our composure and lost our concentration, and that led to some turnovers that really Ohio State really capitalized on and kind of built a little bit of a lead that we couldn't really overcome. Yeah. But I'm proud of the first half. We hope to build on that, and that's kind of what our has been our motto moving forward. Like, this group we're all about learning, all about trying to get better, and by the time we get to the conference, hopefully we're a much better team than we were in week 1, and we're a better team in week 2, and a better team in week 3, and a better team in week 4. Yeah, especially with the schedule that you've got early on here. I mean, down to Columbus, up here to Ann Arbor, then you're, in South Bend next week. So, I mean, that's, you really can't pick 3 more difficult games to start a season here in the Midwest.
Yeah, we're doing it we're driving day, because we're going day of. It's a night game.
Right.
We could do a very long episode.
Oh, man. I know. We'd be like, have to do it in segments, I think, Coach.
Yeah, right?
No, that's great. And as you mentioned, a young team. And so I think that, you're going to experience growing pains, as you saw last week, and you'll see it in games. But really the hope is, with moving into the new conference, that, by the time we get to conference play and really later in the season, these guys will start clicking.
Yeah, I'm just happy, as most Detroit teams, we're not really afraid of anybody. We'll step into any situation and give it our best go.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's the culture at UDM, and tribute to you for building it and growing it. I'm looking forward to the tailgates this year, hopefully, before the game. I'm looking to broadcast live from the tailgate, like a kind of game day type situation.
Oh, yeah. The alumni have been notified.
That is awesome. It's going to be a fun season. And how's everything else, Coach? How's personal life in the off season? So everybody know. Family.
We've been doing
wonderful
good, man.
Bride.
We're doing great. Happy that school's been relatively normal. We're looking for some more normalcy as we move forward into the spring, and hopefully we're looking COVID's starting to get in the rear view mirror a little bit, and we continue with health, and we can hopefully by the summer we can kind of all start talking about remember when we had to deal with COVID, right?
Yep. Well, I look forward to catching up with your folks.
Oh yeah, they're
I know they're coming today too, so I look forward to seeing them. All right, Coach. Well, we're going to wrap this up because we're pulling in here to Ann Arbor. The first ever driving in cars with Coach Kolon is official.
Did you map out the timing of this?
Of course I did. Right. It's perfect. Well, that's why you said Michigan, by mistake, because we were actually said Michigan right on the street.
Look at that. We're
all right. So everybody, we're going to get this up here now. Make sure you tune in 1 o'clock. Titans battling the Wolverines. Game 2 of the season. Thanks, Coach, for riding in my car.
Go Titans.